Hey everyone, Positron checking out Foregone. This is a game in early access on the Epic Games Store and will be on console, I imagine at the end of early access. It is from Big Blue Bubble Games. It is an action platformer with a narrative focus, and it looks a lot like Dead Cells. And that's a good thing. I think the art style is pretty cool. And we'll get into this here. It's as far as I know, it's narrative based. There's no roguelite elements or anything like that. You see I've played about half an hour. And I'll start a new game so you can see the intro, and then maybe I'll jump back into my own same file so you can see some of those things. We'll see how we go here. So, the sprawling city of Calagan was once at the forefront of scientific research. Its progress was suddenly halted by the invasion of a rival state hell-bent on stealing its technology. Desperate to survive, Calagan scientists developed a breed of super soldiers to turn the tide, the Arbiters. You are the first Arbiter. Hey, there we are. I should also mention that they were kind enough to provide me a code to check this out, so thank you to them for that. Normally it's $24.99 on the Epic Games Store right now. So this is us, we are the Arbiter. And you can see right away that we have very, very fluid animation for what is otherwise pixel art, right? So I believe this uses the same technique as Dead Cells in that it's, they base it off of a 3D model and then turn that into pixel art essentially, which is really cool. It's a really cool style.
This forest was full of life. Now it's just twisted, like everything else.
Actually, we'll tune up the dialogue a little bit so we can hear her talking a little better. So yeah, so we can jump. We can melee attack. We have a 3-hit combo with this sword. I will note right now, you might see this happen at some point. The animation is the same in air. Again, it's early access. Don't give them too much flack for that. Yeah, so we can also do a ranged attack. Right now we have a pistol. We will get different weapon styles, so these are not set weapons or anything like that. And the ranged attack automatically will fixate on enemies. And as we melee, we get more ammo back. You can see that in the top left there. Now, I will say right now, the ranged, where it locks on is a little finicky. I don't know exactly what our range is on that, but yeah, so we can also do a double jump, and on most platforms like this you can jump through, you'll see you kind of do a little animation that boosts you up on top of it. It also is worth noting that there is a fair amount of hits done for the player, so you can get comboed pretty easily.
For the harrow to set in after the war.
We can also slide. I don't know if this gives you invincibility frames. I'm kind of terrible at using it. I think it does, though. It does certainly let you go through enemies, though. And under projectiles and things pretty easily. Let's find out, actually. Wait for him to fire again. Yeah, so you do get some invincibility frames on that. You will notice, though, that most enemies will drop health, which is really nice.
No time to reminisce. Back to the mission.
A little bit of water here. It does reduce our slide capabilities. Ooh. Wasn't sure if I could duck under that. The answer to that is no. Yeah, so something I do like about the flow of this is that even though damage is kind of frequent, you do have a lot of opportunities to heal up, which is pretty good, especially for me. There are hidden walls in places, so I was looking to see if that was one of them. And again, the animations and everything are really cool. Just the way they've done it is just a really neat style. And again, it does, it looks a lot like Dead Cells. Dead Cells use a very, very similar technique. I think there's actually... Yeah, there's something hidden here. So we get some crates. See, we have two different currencies as well. There's these blue crystals and there's the gold. And they're used for different things. Jump down here. Yeah, the gold used for, you know, buying weapons or upgrading weapons rather, and armor and things like that. And the crystals are used for the skill tree. It does have a branching skill tree. And it looks like it eventually will have multiple skill trees. I've seen at least 3 sets so far, on top of just what you can get at the start. Don't know how those unlock. Maybe they're not available yet in early access. Let's turn the switch on. Oh, thought I could make it slide through that. Now, contrary to the, you know, the constant health drops and stuff, I will say there are some attacks, but I feel like right now they're kind of undodgeable. Oh dear. This is a good example of how you can get comboed. Those bullet attacks, for example, I find it very difficult to miss all of them. You can sometimes... I'll get the hive here. Sometimes you only get hit by one of them, but it's very difficult to dodge all of them entirely. Just do a little dance here, get around this guy. Alright, so yeah, we're back up to half health, which is pretty solid. Oh my.
Something stay dead? Change of plans, I suppose.
Things are not looking good here. Now we're in this temple of sorts.
Never thought I'd be going back to the temple.
Which is very cool looking. The statue's pretty neat.
This place is always giving me the creeps.
So we got into a different style of enemy in here. These weird, like, temple soldier monsters. Oh, hello there.
Now it's even worse. It's been infected.
I think it got us.
A bad dream? Forget it. Stick to the mission. Stick to the mission.
Title drop. So yeah, so that was all a bit of a dream. We get our first ability here, which is this dash. It's, attack dash. Does have a cooldown. Not quite sure what the cooldown is on or how exactly it fills up. And this will bring us to the outpost, which is kind of our hub area. So what I'm going to do here now is actually hop back out, and I'm going to go to my other save file because I'm a little further in, and I can show off some more stuff. Alright. So, here I am. Yeah, so this is exactly where we were. So this is our skill tree. Now, right now you can see that I've chosen a couple of these. I think the way this works is the way that these are linked is that if you choose one of these linked ones, it locks out the other one. Now, I don't know if there's a way to... oh, there is a way to refund that. Okay. In fact, I'm tempted to see if I refund this all the way down. Does it unlock the other one? It does. So yeah, so I could go back and change that. I'm using the unstable strikes right now. And I have contagion as well, which I'm actually not sure if I necessarily want that. I might go to safeguard instead. Plague is good, but maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll refund that. I'll go for safeguard instead. So 10% chance to gain bulwark. Right now, I think the skills are a little baseline. A lot of them are just, you know, X% to do something, 5 points. I do have 25, I could do this. Gain Leech, gain Haste. Ooh, critical damage. Giant critical damage increase. Attack speed increase, so I also like. Let's do that. Go for this side. But yeah, you can also see there's, numerous trees. I don't know if these are available yet. They might not be something that's planned for a little later. You can see our abilities. So right now I have 2 abilities. I have the Surge and I have Restoration. So as this, I can use this to restore some health, which is pretty nice. And of course there is a loot system. So I see here I have actually quite a few items, and they have random affixes. This is actually an epic one I found. It's a slower weapon. It's got a chance to stun and whatever aftershock is. You can apply Plague, apply Stasis. I'm actually going to salvage these. Oh, I know it's destroy. How do I salvage? Yeah, I also have a bow. Yeah, I thought I could salvage. Maybe it's at a different. I have to be at a different place for that. Maybe if I go to the forge. Oh yeah, I shouldn't have destroyed that. I should have salvaged. That's strange. I guess to keep a balance between having a full inventory and going back. So salvage these. This will get you to see some of the other things. So I have armor, I've got rings, I've got these emblems. Now cost varying amounts to upgrade. As they upgrade, they gain. This says increases their power by 10%. But to show enough, so like this is this kind of the slow two-hander I have. It's got a different moveset, and I've also got these daggers, which are very fast, very fast. So these are good for restoring ammo, for sure. So the way this is laid out is that I can find these checkpoints of sorts, and then I can teleport back to them. Now, from what I see right now, when you die, you lose quite a bit of your resources. And as far as I know, there's no way to recover that. I'm not a huge fan of that. I hope that's something that will be tuned in early access, because I feel like it's a little punishing that you lose all your upgrade resources when you die for something that's not a roguelite. For something that's, more of a, dare I say, like Dark Souls type structure. Now, I guess it's better than just reverting to a save. But then, there are no real save points, so to speak. Yeah, as far as I know, there is no way to recover that. So if you die, I think you lose maybe half of what you're holding. So it kind of entices you to go back anytime you hit a checkpoint. Another one of these different type of hive here. Here we go. You obviously see I'm significantly more powerful than I was in the intro. Use that kind of shield dash there. Ooh. So my bow actually has a knockback chance on it, which is really nice. What was this down here? Another emblem. Now, I don't know if there's a way to see immediately if something is an upgrade on the ground. I know there is in the menu. Maybe there does on the ground. It'll show, like, if you get something else, it'll show like a little plus if the raw value is more. There is a map. There is no mini-map, though. I feel like that's something that's probably coming later. The mapping seems a little primitive right now. I don't think it's something that they've fully fleshed out yet. Yeah, it was actually worked out quite well there. Well, actually on ammo though. So you can see here I can channel some of that healing. It's not a one-shot, it's just kind of stores up the energy and you can use as much or as little as you want. Which is not very, very nice. Very lenient. I was kind of banking on that knockback to happen there. It did not. Let's heal up. Yeah, so my goal here is to maybe find a couple more items. I feel like it's strange. Sometimes you see the tooltip, sometimes you don't. Again, early access, I think that's something that's probably just a little bit of a bug right now. Yeah. Now, obviously, everything isn't just a raw, straight upgrade. Even if the raw is better, you know, sometimes things that might have better affixes and things like that. Look out! What was that? Ah, this is a short sword. This is probably like our initial weapon, I guess would be. Yeah. But this has a chance to inflict plague, which is a damage over time. A shotgun. Okay, so that's a ranged weapon. Sure, we'll try this. Trying to heal up a little bit here. Now, curious how this works, given the short range. Does pretty good damage for being a low-level weapon. I'll probably switch back to the bow for now. Another emblem there. So yeah, you're probably getting a pretty good feel. Uh-oh. Probably getting a pretty good feel for the flow of the game. I've definitely enjoyed my time with it so far. I'm not sure how much is available in early access. And as I always say, you know, buyer beware of early access. It's, you know, it's unfinished. There's no guarantees, but oh dear, I really would prefer not to die here. How can I get myself out of this mess? Now these enemies are maybe elites? Maybe that guy's an elite. That's what the skull is. In a bit of a bad spot here though. Oh dear. Damn. So now we get a good example of what happens when you die. Get sent back here. And yeah, I've got like nothing. Maybe you lose everything since the last time you were back. That could be. Because I think that's what I had to start. So I think that's something maybe for this style, given it's not just a raw roguelite, I would like to see changed. Either let me go and pick up what I've lost, or maybe only reduce it by half, or something of that nature, because, you know, going all that distance and getting nothing but the knowledge of the level layout is pretty brutal. You know, it's nice to feel like you've made more progress other than just knowing where you're going. I'm gonna see if I can kind of speed my way back to where we were. Now, again, now that I do have that knowledge, there's really not a whole lot to stop me from zipping through. We don't lose equipment, though. I mean, that is something that you keep. You know, I've still got all of these items that I picked up and things like that. So you certainly do get some increased plague damage. That's interesting. You certainly do get some upgrades no matter what's going on. Now I don't know how the scaling on that works. I don't know what it's based on. Is it based on just enemy location and distance? On what kind of items you get, where? That would be my guess right now, because there's no like level system or anything. There are talent points, of course, but those range guys are big jerks. There's also a difference in ammo capacity for weapons. You see, it can only hold 6 shots of the bow here. Which I really should make more use out of. Alright, let's see. What have I picked up here? Yeah, I don't think there's really any upgrades there. Ooh, don't mind me. Just moving on through. So I think we're already like just about back there with me zipping through here. Question though is, oh, here's that. Here's the enemy that actually got me. What did he drop? Anything good? Nah, just another short sword. So I guess we're, ooh, I guess we're meant to go over here. To this skull area. I'm hoping to find another checkpoint. Maybe we will in here. And then I'll probably wrap things up. Yeah, there we go. Another outpost. So this allows me to go back. And let me just show off some of the upgrading real quick here. So I can go over here. And let's see, what do I want? Increase, just flat out increase damage? Sure. It looks like for every point spent, it increases the cost. Pretty standard there. If I go to the forge, I can salvage like all these things I'm not using for varying amounts of money. Get a good chunk of funds here. And things cost quite a bit to upgrade as well, depending on their level, so. Let's see. So I could upgrade this sword, for example. Quite a bit. So I was able to get 3 upgrades on that. And I can see that increases its power quite a lot. 44 DPS now. So if I went back to the other area, the enemies I was fighting there would... Also, they do categorize them. That's interesting. Those enemies would obviously be, a lot less dangerous at this point. So yeah, I mean, my overall thoughts on this, I think it's cool. I'd love to see where they take it. So obviously a few immediate tweaks that I would...
Sounds like I'm on the right track. But how did she get free in the first place?
My... I was gonna see if maybe we had a boss right here, but not quite yet. Ooh, that's just a dirty trick. But yeah, overall, I think it's pretty cool. Again, it's $24.99 on the Epic Games Store. In early access, thank you to the devs for granting me a code to check it out. Yeah, I think there's a lot of good here. Be interested to see where it goes. If you want to pick it up, I'll have a link in the description below. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click like, helps us a bunch. Subscribe for more. I'll see you soon.